But on that day, I was anything but. My husband drove me to the emergency room, and from there, the nightmare that has been my January began. I was diagnosed with pericarditis, inflammation of the lining of my heart, brought on by a virus, a literal common cold. I also had fluid around my heart that had to be drained, or else it could hinder the beating of my heart. I was hospitalized for 4 nights and transferred from a local hospital to NYU Langone here in New York City. On January 4th, I was finally discharged after doctors drained the fluid around my heart, and I bounced out of the hospital. I couldn't get out of there fast enough with the hopes I was on the mend. But that was not the end. 3 days later, I was readmitted when I felt a flutter in my heart, like a butterfly. It was inside my chest. They determined I had developed myocarditis, inflammation of the actual heart now, the heart muscle.
Myocarditis. But it's from the common cold. So now she has on her cardiologist, Dr. Katz. Let's listen to Dr. Katz. Does he know what he's talking about? Can he save the day and explain exactly? He is a doctor. He's a trusted source. Let's listen to Dr. Katz. Meow.
Asks me, how does a cold go to your heart?
Yeah. So it's not so much the cold itself that's going to your heart, it's the way your body's responding to the cold. And your immune system, for most of us, just takes a couple of days to clear the virus, and we have the standard runny nose, sore throat, that kind of stuff, and it's self-limited and it goes away. But for a small proportion of people, they get an overactive immune response, and they can have inflammation in lots of different areas. And inflammation of the sac around the heart, pericarditis, like you first were dealing with, is an unfortunate thing that we see sometimes. We've been seeing it a little bit more this year than other years, but it's not unheard of. It's rare, but it's not the rarest.
Are there some people that are...
So it's not unheard of, it's rare, but not the rarest. So everything under the sun, eating eggs, running, sleeping, shoveling snow, and now the common cold can give you heart inflammation. So he really knows what he's talking about. He really knows what he's talking about, doesn't he? Unfortunately, he seems to be a Cracker Jack box doctor. He got his medical license from a Cracker Jack box or a cereal box, because this came out last week after Jordan Tristan Walker went on a mandate and basically spilled the beans as to what's going on with directed evolution at Pfizer and all that stuff. So they had to come out because there's 20 million views on the Project Veritas video, or even more, 30 million, I think, and rising constantly on Twitter, because that's the only uncensored platform, social media platform, that's letting these videos actually go viral like they should. So Pfizer had to respond because of all those views. And of course, they start talking about the different side effects from taking the clown juice, and guess what it is? Guess what one of them is? Oh, pericarditis and myocarditis, inflammation of the heart muscle, inflammation of the lining outside of the heart. Side effects that have been reported from the jibber jabber clown juice. This is coming directly from the company that the trusted experts and trust the science people that you guys love to trust, and they're actually telling us what's going on. But of course, Dr. Katz, meow, has no clue as to what's going on. It's the common cold, he says, and there's a bit of an uptick right now, and that just kind of happens sometimes, and it's rare, but not really rare. Dude, are you serious? Are you seriously telling us this? Beyond insane. Like, imagine being that much of a, I don't even know what to call it, a pharma whore, a Cracker Jack box doctor, not realizing that what's actually going on in the world, not realizing what your patient, what the reason that she's having these heart inflammation issues. You have no clue. You just, it's just something, I don't know everything, but this is what it's coming from. Well, obviously, Dr. Katz, Mr. Meow, you're not reading the right information. And Mrs. MSNBC here, what's her name, Yasmin, she's going to go down with the ship. She's going to keep taking the clown juice until, of course, she's breathing dirt through her nostrils, because she'll be 6 feet under, right? She'll be in her condo with no windows. These kind of people are just unbelievably just cognitive dissonance or sellout shills. I don't know which one it is, or is it both? It's just, how does this happen in a world where there's information abound? There's information everywhere. See this thing? This has more information than you can read in a million lifetimes. There's so much information about what's going on. We're drowning in the information. And for a journalist and a doctor to not have any clue about what's going on when they just released a statement last week, Pfizer, about the actual side effects from taking the clown juice is beyond ridiculous. It's embarrassing. It's pathetic. And you know what? Either way, she's getting this because she trusted the science. And she's going to continue getting the clown juice because she trusts the science. And, well, you know what? Too bad for you, because you could have woken up. You are a journalist. Your job is to research. If you can't even research what you're putting in your own body, you shouldn't even be a journalist. But I guess you're working for MSNBS, so that's the right place. You are in the right job. You're working for the right company, because that's all they spew is BS at MSNBS. That's all. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video on social media. And don't forget to trust that science and trust those experts and trust the media, because they're all protecting you. All protecting you.